It is official tonight. The Super Bowl is coming to the Bay Area again.
It's a fantastic day. There's a lot of work ahead of us, but it's time to celebrate.
And the South Bay already challenging San Francisco for the right to host everything that goes along with it. So who's going to win that game? What the Niners are telling us tonight.
What brings you in San Francisco?
Serving up cookies and kindness, how one San Francisco business owner is trying to lure back visitors to his store by giving them an experience they will never forget. And Vice President Kamala Harris is back in the Bay Area to announce a major federal investment in Silicon Valley. Also, we do have developing news out of Oakland, where police are investigating a deadly stabbing. The victim, just 10 years old.
This is CBS News Bay Area with Juliette Goodrich.
So you might call it the unofficial kickoff to the summer. The long Memorial Day holiday weekend just around the corner, and San Francisco is hoping to cash in on tourists returning to the city. So according to recent numbers from Visit California, the state is on an upward trend. Tourists spent more than $130 billion in our state last year alone, and that is an increase of more than 30% from the year before, and about 93% of what it was pre-pandemic. San Francisco, though, is still only at about 86% of where it was in 2019. So the city is making improvements to lure tourists back. Just last week, the mayor unveiling a $6 million plan to spruce up Powell Street between the cable car turnaround and Union Square and to fill store vacancies. The city has also expanded its community ambassador program in high traffic shopping areas to cut down on the crime. And in Chinatown, the owner of a historic fortune cookie business has also launched his own campaign to get people back into his shop. And as our Reed Cowan tells us, it is all through a personal connection.
If you want to know about the city by the bay,
I love San Francisco. I grew up in this alley.
get to know its people.
I'm going to show you the spot here.
This is Kevin Chan, the Cookie Man, owner of Chinatown's historic Golden Gate Fortune Cookie Factory. It's open every day, 365 days a year.
Sacrifice and labor of love.
Kevin knows the headlines outside his doors down Ross Alley are not great. He's felt the decline in tourism and perceptions about the safety of his city, things that keep him up at night.
I always think of a night when all my employees went home and I have to work alone here. What should I do and how can I make it better?
You ever get tired?
I'm tired every day because I work 7 days a week.
Why not sell out and give up?
Because it's what I love to do.
This place, Kevin tells me, is not about the cookies. It's about the connections. Thousands of tourists a month come through his doors, and they are tourists who tell Kevin perceptions about San Francisco change
What brings you in San Francisco?
when they meet him.
So we're doing like a food tour of San Francisco.
That's YouTube influencer couple Will and Jen on their first trip to the Bay, and they admit they wondered if San Francisco would be safe.
We've heard a lot. Like, I'd heard about some crime, and we were worried, like, hey, what's it gonna be like?
Street safety was the drumbeat they heard before coming here, but listen to the music made when human connection
Have a seat.
Thank you.
happened over cookies.
I want
hard
you
job.
happy. I want him to feel the pain. And you gotta go closer. Okay, go. Let's go.
Okay, there we go. I think that one's
Oh,
good.
that's a great one.
There
There you go. Perfect. There you go.
There you go.
This is the best.
It's so easy to like make assumptions about things when you just see things online. And I think that when you go out and you actually like talk to people and meet them, a lot of times you're really like surprised by how much you connect with people that you never thought that you might be able to connect with.
And that is Kevin doing his part, hoping we all become better ambassadors as people who live here. He says the best way to confront community problems is to create change, person to person.
That's why I make cookie to you. I want to share with you.
Maybe that's the real fortune.
That's my fortune to you. It's love.
Love between the people and the random visitor, hoping fortune smiles on his San Francisco once again.
Love that. Reed did bring us back bags of fortune cookies. All right, another big announcement that will certainly boost travel to the whole Bay Area. The NFL made it official today. The 49ers will host Super Bowl 60 at Levi Stadium, but Ann Makovic tells us the battle over the Super Bowl events has already kicked off. Hey, Ann.
Yeah, Jules, here we go again. But first, the positive. An independent study found the 2016 Super Bowl brought $250 million to the Bay Area. And now it is official. Levi Stadium will again host the Super Bowl 10 years after it hosted Super Bowl 50. The game is going to be on February 8th, 2026, a day after the 10-year anniversary of the first NFL title game played in Santa Clara. But the game is only part of the festivities, and I just spoke with the head of the 49ers and of the host committee, and just like 2016, we can expect events happening Bay Area wide.
We want to do it a little bit differently this time around. In the spirit of the Bay Area, we're going to test a lot of things, and we're proud of the support that we've received to date. We know we have a lot to work on, but hosting not just the Super Bowl and the World Cup in the same year is not going to be easy, but that's what the Bay Area is all about.
And a lot has changed since the Bay Area last hosted the Super Bowl. Chase Center wasn't even a venue back then. Guido says this time all of the local sports teams and venues will be in on the party, paid for by a combo of private and federal funding. That was one of the criticisms in 2016, local municipalities footing the bill for things like public safety. And the other was the polarized venues. While the game was in Santa Clara, the main celebrations and the Fan Fest were held in San Francisco. Guido says this time around, we may see fan experiences in the city and in the South Bay. Mayor London Breed tweeting tonight, we are thrilled that Super Bowl 60 is coming to the Bay Area and look forward to welcoming football fans and visitors from across the country to our city and Levi Stadium in 2026. But San Jose's mayor says his city is way more fan-friendly.
One of the challenges our friends up to the north have is it's cold, windy, and foggy most of the time. And we've got exceptional weather, outdoor dining, a very walkable downtown, some great city parks, incredible ethnic food scene. And we will absolutely make sure that between the food, the hotels, the live music, San Jose is the place for people to hang out while they're enjoying the Super Bowl.
And remember, Levi is officially in the city of Santa Clara, so we can expect some events to be happening there too. We're also going to be seeing some changes to the stadium itself. The NFL recently agreed to loan the 49ers $125 million for upgrades in suites, seats, and scoreboards.
Yeah, I'm excited. I think it'll be great. Make both cities look great for the fans. Sounds good, Ann. Thank you. All right, let's get to some developing news and some sad news out of Oakland, where a 10-year-old girl is dead in what may have been an attempted murder-suicide. Police were called to an apartment complex on Bancroft just before noon, where they found her inside a unit with fatal stab wounds to the neck.
As a parent, I know that there's nothing more that tears at the heart than the loss of a child. I want to first acknowledge the victim, her family, and her loved ones.
Police say they detained a suspect who had self-inflicted stab wounds and is currently in critical condition. They also say the person and the victim were known to each other, but did not reveal what kind of relationship they had or a possible motive. All right, tonight, the CHP has a warning to anyone involved in a crash not to put themselves in additional danger afterward. And this is after 3 people died after getting out of their cars after a chain reaction wreck on northbound 101 in Sunnyvale overnight. 2 have been identified as 28-year-old Tyler Race of South San Jose and 24-year-old Paul Denig Jr. of Mountain View. A total of 6 cars were involved in this wreck, set off by a truck that hit the center median.
It is always best, if possible, to move vehicles out of the lanes, especially if they are movable, if you can move them, and you can get to a safe location. Staying in the vehicle with the seatbelt on would be considered the safest of the options.
At least 5 others were injured in this crash.